Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel to Only Fitness, and as you notice, I just finished doing my very first deka fit. Yeah, so it's not easy, it was really tough and all, but as you can see, like, people are still at it, doing their thing. Yeah, it was really tough, but I really enjoyed it. It was my really first one. I'd done other Spartan races, but it's a lot different compared to the other ones. So as I enter, there was already people already competing, so I had to cross to the other side and try to get ready. But you could see there was so much stuff, and then you could see the zones and all, the equipment and stuff, and the workouts they're doing, and of course people running around. I didn't know exactly how many times they had to run around because I kept seeing the same people. But as the more I learned, because like I said, it was my first time, I had to ask people, what am I supposed to do, how are we supposed to do this, and people who volunteer as well. And then there was I just right there waiting for my turn. My sister and my niece was recording. Sometimes you're gonna see some of the videos kind of a bit blurry and stuff because my niece didn't record so well. And but yeah, they were just walking around looking at the stuff as well, looking at all the people working out and stuff. Yeah, like I said, it was my first time, so I was a bit nervous but excited. Mainly excited. I was really excited, but a little nervous because, like I said, never done this before. I'd done Spartan race before, and I know that's how many depends which one you pick. I do 3 miles, and then you do the obstacles, which I understand was that. But with this one, this was like CrossFit, and I haven't done CrossFit for like a year and a half or two, or maybe a little more. I just can't remember because my knee and all, with what happened and all, and then I had to get surgery and all. But yeah, so I had to wait for a while, and while I was waiting, my sister was going around looking at the other people doing the race and stuff, as you can see, because they were just, I had to wait there for a long time, so I'm sure they were bored of just waiting for me, because they had to let one row at a time, so like 4 people in one row had to go, and they had to go every 2 minutes, so I had to wait there for like at least 10 minutes. So yeah, so they were walking around looking at the other people doing their workouts and stuff, and I'm sure my niece was telling me, it's like, how can I do this? Don't I feel tired and all? But I told her, hell no, I don't get tired. We don't get tired up in here. But anyways, so yeah, like, those are mainly the workouts. That was, I believe, zone 4. But I'll show you in a bit that when I start. But yeah, what I learned that before you do your workout session for each zone, you have to run 2 laps around the area. So before you start to your zone, you have to run 2 laps, and then go to your zone, and then once you're done with the workout, you go out, and then you go run another 2 laps. So I believe I had to do that 10 times, or maybe 5. I think it was 10 times, because like I said, you had to run the lap twice, and then before you go into your zones and all. But yeah, I try to take it easy. I try not to go overboard and try to run faster and all. I just took my time and stuff. I still did run, but in a slower pace, so I won't get too tired, because like I said, I didn't want to get tired, and I like running and I'm tired, and then I'm starting the zones already and I'm feeling tired already. So I'm finally close up, getting closer, just warming up more, so I get ready for the run. But yeah, I'm almost there. It's just like, one more row in front of me, and I was ready to start to go run. But yeah, so my niece was excited for me, and was ready to go, like I said. And so I started, so they recorded a little bit. There will be a little bit of videos of me doing the runs. I won't put too many, because like I said, it's like 10 laps, 2 laps of 10 and stuff, and I don't want you guys to get bored of it. But yeah, there I go, and I'm just getting ready to go at my first zone. So after running twice, like I said, you have to run 2 laps, and then you have to start your zone, depending which one you're going. Like I said, I just started, so after this 2 laps, I had to go straight to my first zone. So the first zone, as you can see right there, we're gonna about to start in a bit. There you go, still running. Family still cheering me on and all. So here we go. This was the first zone. Zone 1 was reverse lunges. So I had to carry a weight, I believe it was 55 pounds. I had to put it over my shoulder and start do reverse lunges. I was a bit worried because, like I said, I had a knee surgery, and I try not to go too heavy on the lunges when I do my workouts and all. But with this one, it was 55, so I couldn't be like saying no, can I go to the women one? So I did my best, but it didn't look too bad. I did a really amazing job. I know the lady told me at the beginning like I had to go put my knee touch more to the ground and all. So at first it was tough, but then later on I did it, and I believe I had to do 25 reps for these. So yeah, so these weren't easy. But I still made it through. It was just the first round, so like I said, it's just zone 1. So let's continue on to the next one. So once I finish, of course, you put it down, and they want you to put any weights and stuff gently, and of course go back to run and then do 2 laps again. I had to go around. It's kind of hard for me to explain how I do the laps, but wherever you started from the beginning of the lap, that's where your first lap is. Doesn't mean like, okay, once I finish my zone, that's my lap 1, and that's where I have to start. You have to go all around to where the starting line was, and then back to your next zone. And of course, this one's zone 2. This was the rows. I believe I got their name wrong, but yeah, for this one, I believe it was 25 calories, so it wasn't too bad. You see the 2 guys next to me, I try to keep up with them because they were ahead of me, but it wasn't easy to keep up with them because, like I said, I tried not to go push myself. I tried to take it easy because it was my first time and I don't know what I was doing, so I was just following them to see how I'm supposed to do, especially for the lap, because like I said, it was a bit confusing, you know. It's hard for me to explain on here, but like I said, it's just run 2 laps, but not just because you're finished with your workout doesn't mean that's your first starting lap and all. But yeah, so for this, it's just 25 calorie rows, wasn't too bad. And of course, the people who volunteered there are always watching you, making sure you're doing correctly or you're making it through. Or most of them, it depends. Like if they're counting for you, they'll count for you. Like from the first one, the lady was counting for me as well, so there are some people who will be counting for you. But like for like the machines I'm using, they'll check if you're close to your calories or rep and stuff, to make sure that if you don't overdo it and stuff, because you don't want to be getting too tired as well. And of course finish, but I still gotta continue running. Gotta run 2 laps around and then go to my next zone. So I'll be going to the next zone, will be zone 3. So for zone 3 was a box step, so I just put one leg and step up and go to the next one and do that, repeat that for, I believe was 25 or 30. I believe the lady said at the beginning of the video, but I missed it. I believe I edited that part, but yeah, so like I said, the people there are counting for you. They'll help you count for you if just in case if you miscount it or you lost your number and all, so they'll be there to help you. Those volunteers are always there to help you for anything. But yeah, so wasn't too bad. I know I look a bit tired and all, but like I said, from the knee surgery, I try not to overdo it. Try to push myself and not to get injured, but I didn't feel too bad. But like I said, it's a workout, it's a sweat, so you're gonna be feeling real sweaty for this any kind of workout. So, and then off again to run again, another 2 laps. And then the next one is zone 4. So this one's gonna be an ab workout. So we did mainly legs for the last 3. Now this one's for your abs. And for the medicine ball, there I believe there were different weights. I believe one is for women was 20 pounds or 25, and the men were up to 50, I believe. I can't remember. Probably said it the wrong pounds and all, but yeah, you have to let the ball touch you from back of your head, and then back up, sit up, and then let it touch on the wall. I made a mistake at the beginning. I did not touch it, so that's what the lady was telling me. It's like I said, the people there are volunteer always help you for to see if you're doing a good form and stuff, and counting your reps and all. So they're always helping out. And there's people, of course, that will take your pictures and stuff if you pay for your photos. At the end, well, not the end, but a few days later, they'll send you your photos and all. But like you see, the ladies right there taking a photo, and the ladies right there talking to my niece and sister about like me helping me push it and stuff, and telling them, I was telling them like, yeah, you couldn't, my niece could have jumped in and all, but she didn't want to. She was not into that because she says she's not strong enough, but she will one day. I believe in her. And of course, at the end, like I said, another run, another 2 lap. See, there you go, another video of running. Of course, like I said, try not to run too fast, not to waste so much energy, because the next one I'm going in is zone 5, and this one, of course, is, some of you might know and some of you might not know, but this is, I've seen this. This is new. They added to my last gym before I left, and of course, mainly a lot of CrossFit gyms have it now. I really don't know exactly the name for this, but I know it's a good workout. It helps a lot for your back and stuff. For me, personally, it feels like it's a good workout for like when you're doing wrestling and stuff, and takedowns for jiu-jitsu and stuff. That's my opinion. That's my thoughts. So I could be wrong and stuff, but you can tell me otherwise down in the comment. But this one was a pretty good workout. Works out on everything. I really enjoyed it. For this one, I believe was 30 calories. Like I said, I forgot most of them. I do have one thing that shows you how many stuff you do for calories, reps, and all. So at the end of this, I'll post it up on it. But yeah, so I was trying to keep pushing it, push it to the limit. Let's still continue. So I was close to my next zone. Before I went to my next zone, I was halfway there already. So what I went to do before I went to zone 6, I went to get a quick drink of water, just a little sip. I try not to drink the whole cup. I just take little sips because I don't want to get cramps or feel too tired, or have to run to the restroom. So that's what I don't like. For this next zone, it's called the Farmers. This one had to carry 60-pound dumbbells, and I had to walk 600 meters, I believe it was. For the women, I believe was half of that, or unless it was 25 pounds. I really didn't see what was the women's weight. I was just focusing on grabbing my weight. But yeah, those weren't too bad. But yeah, it may look easy right now, but once at the end I dropped it, my arms and shoulder were like dead and stuff. I felt like they were about to fall off of my shoulders and stuff. But yeah, there was, like I said, all this is a challenge, but it's a fun challenge and stuff to see where's your limit and stuff, and pushing yourself. I'll tell you what was my time limit at the end as well. But as you can see, my niece is right there seeing it. I tell her, here, carry this 60-pound dumbbell. And she's like, yeah, am I really carrying that dumbbell? I'm like, yes. So I had no choice. That's the only weights that they make us do. And as if you could see, I couldn't lift my arm up because that weight was so heavy. I was gonna felt like my arms were gonna be off my shoulders. And then for the zone 7, it was the bike rows. For this one was like I said, I'm sorry if I can't remember what was the calories for this one, but I believe was 25. These weren't too much. I know some of them were around the 20, 25s. I don't think they went over that, over 30 as well. But yeah, this one wasn't too bad. So I was pushing myself. I try to do my best to go as fast as I can, but I was feeling a little tired. So, like I said, I was still going, pushing myself no matter what, because I want to make it to the end. And of course, the next one is ball over the wall, or wall over ball. I forgot the name. We're sorry. But for this one, I believe this was 44 pounds, and the women was 20 pounds in all. And I had to do up to 20 reps. So like you see, the volunteers counting for both of us guys. He was counting my number and the guy. So I don't know how he did it, because I would get lost from counting, but it looks like he was putting his fingers up too, so I guess that's how I helped him out too, so not to get lost. And then for this one was the push and pull sled. So this one I had a push and then pull, and then yeah, these they were different from the sled ones I do at the gym, because this one had the wheels, and the wheels at first when I pushed it was kind of going a little off to the right and left, but after it got it adjusted the wheel, so it went better, so one kept going straight and all. And I believe it was 345 plates and then 135 plate. At the top was 35, I believe, and the ones that were laid flat were the 45. They weren't too bad. Like I said, the only one, it was just weirder when they had the tires, because I'm used to of when they're on the sled and stuff and pushing on the grass, or like the fake grass they have at the gym. But yeah, these weren't too bad. And this one was I believe was zone 9, so I only had one more, so I was just like almost there, just need to finish with this one. This one was 500 meter, I believe, as well. I had to go there 5 times, like 5 rounds, 5 reps of these, of 5 push and 5 pull, and after that to go run another 2 laps.
Wait, how many times did you have to do it?
And of course, the volunteers are telling you that you're done, and then they'll let you know too when you're finished, just in case if you get lost as well. And off as I go off running and off to the next one. Now the final one is burpees. Now this one's not easy. The burpees, is with weight, so it's not like you're just doing regular burpees going up and down. This one was with weight, so I believe this was 55 pounds as well, and I had to put it over my shoulder. And the guy, I believe he was somewhere from the military, because man, he was yelling for telling my numbers, pushing me, telling, oh man, come on, you could do this, don't drop the weight, you're going at a good pace and all, your niece could do a better job than you can do and stuff like that. He was telling me, so I was like, it didn't bother me, but I did like it because he was helping me push myself so I could finish, because it was the last one and I just wanted to get it over with and go eat somewhere, because trust me, I was starving too. So but yeah, and of course at the end, there's the finish line. You're finished and then you get your medal, and I of course get a drink of water because everyone was so tired and thirsty, and I get a free shirt as well. So it was really excited. I was happy about this. Like I said, it was fun. It was a challenge, but it was a fun challenge. So if you're into this, I recommend you to do the Spartan Deka Fit. So yeah, I've been training for this for quite a while. So like I said, it wasn't easy, but it was really fun. I enjoyed it. Hopefully maybe next year or so I'll do another one. Maybe the tougher challenge, because there's like 3 different kind of deka. And but yeah, my goal is still want to do the Spartan Beast mode and the Ultra, but that's gonna take a while to do training for that. But like I said, I made it through after training, after my surgery for 6 months. I did a really good job, so I'm really proud of myself. My sister and my niece came here with me, supporting me as well, so I know they're proud of me as well, because my niece was wondering how am I still alive after doing all this stuff. But like I said, it was really not easy. It was really fun, but hopefully next year. But I'll post up the video real soon. So after my hard training of doing Deka Fit, I'm enjoying myself a good ass meal. This is rib, and the bottom is brisket with coleslaw, potato salad, beans, of course the bread, onions, and pickle. I deserve this for that hard work.